Good morning and or afternoon, depending when I upload / you see this vlogivores. It's Wednesday. Did that first sentence make any sense? Don't know. No. Well, as you may or may not have noticed, I'm standing again, and I'm standing again because I feel that my hand gestures are an important part of my personality, and that you are all liable to see them as you are interested in. Is that a joke? Is that a joke? The cat just did my computer. So you're seeing my... I'm not going to cut that because I feel like that's a good indication of my everyday life. My cat gets in the middle of everything I do. So as I was trying to say, you're going to keep my hand gestures because they're an important part of me, and you're going to see that. Ha! Couldn't corrupt me that time. So there. So now, I will tell you about an everyday life in the day of Daniel. The problem is, I don't have a portable camera. I filmed this on my Max eyesight. So instead of going through it like Angie did, I'm going to tell you about it, but I'm going to tell you about it in the form of interpretive dance. You thought I was going to dance. No, I'm not going to tell you in the form of interpretive dance because I don't even know how to interpretive dance. But I'm going to tell you based on my schedule, and I'm going to do it like a story because that's what I'm good at, telling stories. So I'm going to tell you how my day goes. Yesterday, for example, was a Tuesday. And on Tuesdays, I start school at 8. So I woke up at 6:30. I got out of bed. I went to school. I don't know what that gesture was for. It didn't make any sense. I went to school, and I had gym. And I took the metro to school, which is like the subway or whatever you guys call it. So I get to school for about 7:30. Something like that. Then I went to gym class, which I take resistance training as my gym because you have to take weird fitness classes. Take my gym class, teacher gave us a quiz. I was remotely kind of prepared for it, so I think I did okay, but I'm not worried about it. It's gym. Then I had an hour and a half of break where I just kind of relaxed, said hi to some friends, whatever. Walked around the college, you know. Then I went to my next class of the day, which started at 11:30. Which was medieval civilization, where the teacher just kind of lectured about the end of this topic called the rise of Christianity. So we capped off the rise of Christianity, which is beautiful, which means maybe we'll talk about something medieval now, because we've been talking about Rome ever since. We're supposed to start the Germanic invasions. Anyways, that's my medieval civilization class. That's what I did. Then I had another hour and a half break where I also saw some friends, and I tried to get some research done for one of my term papers. I have 7 term papers to write. I know I said 6 to my friends yesterday, for those of you who were watching and heard that. Now it's 7, I got another one. So 7 term papers, they're about 15 to 20 pages each. You're not allowed to use internet sources, I have to use the library, and they're very tedious. But anyways, I had another hour and a half break, and I worked on that a bit. After that, I went to my next class, which was Sacred Writings. Sacred Writings is incredibly boring, but we did a bit of a test review, which was nice because I have a test tomorrow. So I did some test review. I think I'm pretty much ready for the test. That's what we did in Sacred Writings. Generally an event. After that, I went straight to English class, no break. And my English class is from 4 to 6, which is a pain in the bum. But it's a good class. It's interesting. We're reading The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. For those of you who haven't read it, go read it. For those of you who have, isn't it amazing? So that was my English class, also generally uneventful. But we went through chapters 13 to 17 of the book. Moving on. I then had a meeting. I had a meeting with this group that I'm technically employed by because I get paid a minor sum from 5:30 to 8. If you haven't realized the problem yet, I have class till 6. So getting to a meeting at 5:30 is a little difficult. I managed to get out of class at 5:45, run down to the metro / subway. See, it actually made this sense that time. Run down to the metro or subway or whatever you want to call it, get in, take it a couple stops, get out, run up a really steep street, and get to where my meeting for this thing was. So what was this meeting for? Well, this meeting was for an organization called Hillel. Those of you who are on university campuses, especially Jews on university campuses, will know what Hillel is. It's this campus organization that tries to get Jews together and kind of throw parties. So I work for them, I do some organization planning, I do some social networking stuff, I do some advertisement, whatever it is. I work for them, I'm not getting paid that much, but I'm doing it because it's a cool thing and I get to organize parties and stuff. So I had that meeting from 5:30 to 8, that kind of went on and on and on, but it was nice, it's with a bunch of good people, whatever it is. And then I finally, at the end of that, at 8 o'clock, 8:30 closer to, I got to start going home. I got a lift home from a friend of mine who was at the meeting. I got home, I ran into the kitchen, I ate dinner, and then I crashed and watched TV. After that, I basically spent the rest of the night on Facebook, probably, I think I edited one of my essays, whatever it is. I just kind of mellowed out for the rest of the night, which was beautiful. So that was my long 12-hour, 8 to 8 day yesterday. And that's a normal day for me because honestly, yeah, some days I start school at 11:30, some days I start at 8:30, but generally my days consist of homework, class, and meetings. And I'm in a meeting almost every day because I'm on a lot of committees and extracurriculars and whatnot. So that's a normal day for me. Now, Angie, did I dress up for Halloween? No, I didn't. I should have, but I didn't, because I went to a party on Friday night, but it wasn't a costume party. Then Saturday night, I wasn't feeling all that well. And Sunday, I wasn't feeling all that well. So I kind of mellowed out this weekend, and I watched some football, and I hung out with a few friends, and whatever it was, but I did not dress up, and I don't have a good excuse, other than I didn't really feel well. I had a bit of a sinus headache. That's my excuse. There you go. Now, vlogivores, before I go, I have one more question for you. And I know the questions are piling up. Well, I'm an inquisitive kind of person. You're going to have to deal with it. My question is, what kind of phone do you own? And I ask this because I had this conversation with a bunch of friends, and I wanted to see how big the iPhone BlackBerry craze has become. Like, I can tell you personally, I do have an iPhone. I love my iPhone. I really, really do. Ooh, that is glaring. That is beautiful. I love my iPhone, and I really do. But I want to know how far and wide the smartphone craze has spread. So let me know, what kind of phone do you have? That's my quest for you today. Expect a question every week. Really, expect a question every week. Girls, that's all I have to say. Trisha, I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers. Just a little thing I needed to add. For those of you who have any ideas for Trisha's punishment, post them in the dungeons.